Так, всем привет. Чё, полетели? Так, продолжить. Я тут подумал, я скорее всего не буду закрывать вот эти все активности с Мерлином и так далее, и так далее. Прям вот до 100% добивать игру. Я пройду до доп. Задания и пройду сюжетные задания, и все. А на эти активности пофиг. Активности я, наверное, вне стрима закрою. Я вообще подумал, что чтобы когда в те дни, когда я не стримлю, побегать все это без стрима пособирать. Ну, либо вообще после основного сюжета. Чисто так для себя. Или, возможно, закрою это, когда Steam Deck себе куплю. Так, задание. Что у нас тут? Что-то я не понял. Мы разве вчера это не выполняли? Что-то у меня такое чувство, что мы вчера это задание вроде как выполняли.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
Why, when I go to bring lunch, do I get some sniveling wizard telling me you frittered away half our...
Ну заходи, давай.
Did you speak with my uncle?
А, нет, не
I wish I
выполняли.
had better news about your uncle and Anne.
Well, what did he say?
I'm afraid he wants you nowhere near Feldcroft. Nor Anne.
I had to stop that goblin from killing my sister. He had no right to banish me from my own twin. If he thinks banishing me means I'm going to give up on Anne, he's sorely mistaken.
He also said he cannot excuse the use of dark magic in any form, and that if he hears of either of us using it, he'll go straight to Professor Black.
Huh? That relic, dark magic or not, is the key to saving Anne. To reverse that curse. I will not lose Anne for good. I should send the crest to Anne. She'll know that we need to meet.
I'm afraid I don't follow.
Nothing, just a thought. Now I'm more determined than ever to learn what power that relic has.
What did you mean you'd send Anne a crest so that she'd know to meet you?
We just lost our parents, and we were packing up to go and live with Solomon. We couldn't take everything. She was carefully organizing her prized possessions, a box of artifacts she'd collected to do with our family. Jewelry, cards, old photographs. She got to her favorite, a handmade crest, and when I was at second thought, she handed it to me. This will keep you safe, she said. It holds no enchantment, but I've kept it with me since. That's how I can reach Anne. I'll get the crest to her with plans to meet.
Be careful, Sebastian. Your uncle could intercept it, or be expelled.
Even if Ominous is upset with us, he has no love lost for his family. He'd use their connections to the headmaster if we needed his help.
I shall wait to hear from you then.
Thank you. I very much appreciate you standing by me through all of this. I'll send you an owl when I have news.
Я тебя понял. Так.
How nice to see you, my young friend.
So frustrating. You wanted to speak with me,
Здрасте.
Mother?
I had hoped to speak with you alone, Natsai.
Your message mentioned your concern about an unusual creature that was spotted in the woods near Hogsmeade. That could have been anything.
You know what it was, Natsai.
I am allowed to leave the castle. I am always careful, Mother.
Careful. Officer Singer disagrees. She sent me an owl telling me that you have been trying to collect evidence of some kind against dark wizards. She berated me for not keeping a closer eye on you. And she is right. I do not want you visiting Hogsmeade for the near future.
But Mother!
My little gazelle, you are well-intentioned, but you must not meddle in the affairs of dangerous people.
If someone had meddled in Matabeleland, Father would still be with us.
I must get to class. Perhaps your friend can get you to listen to reason.
So frustrating. She never listens to me.
She called you her little gazelle. Is that a term of endearment where you're from?
It is specific to me. I am the unusual creature in Hogsmeade she mentioned. Self-transfiguration is not taught at Hogwarts, so I am gently discouraged from practicing it. However, I am an animagus, and it is in my gazelle form that I have been able to wander the Highlands rather freely until now, much to my mother's chagrin. That is how I managed to spy on Rookwood and Harlow.
Так, я вернулся, мне надо было отбежать просто срочно.
Were you born an animagus, or did you learn to become one?
Animagi are not born. The process is quite elaborate. It involves holding a mandrake leaf in one's mouth for an entire month, then placing the leaf in a crystal phial so that it is imbued with moonlight, then adding one of your own hairs. And that is just the beginning. Self-transfiguration is common among students at Wagadu, but Professor Weasley considers it much too dangerous to teach at Hogwarts.
Can you choose what form your animagus will take?
Oh no, a person's animagus form is determined by their personality. My mother is convinced that my form is a gazelle because I adapt well to any situation. I believe it is because I can sense danger and keep my wits about me.
How does it feel to transform into an animal?
Well, the first time it can be a bit unnerving. I felt a kind of searing pain and a strong double heartbeat. But it gets easier the more you do it. I no longer feel any pain, and I must say, I find a sense of comfort in the double heartbeat. And I love being able to view the world from a different perspective.
Now the nickname makes sense. What an extraordinary ability to have.
It is. I love transforming, but Mother is less enthusiastic about it. She says that no creature, especially one as rare as a gazelle, should be bounding about where poaching has become so prevalent. She claims that she has foreseen tragedy befall me in my gazelle form. But she has used her sight to control me too many times. I no longer believe it.
Возможно, твоя мама права. Твоя мама и должна нас остановить.
We're making good progress. We can't quit now.
I agree. I have never considered quitting, even for a moment. You could have fled the moment you discovered that Rookwood, Harlow, and Randrock were after you, but you did not. I choose to act as you have. I must deal with Rookwood and Harlow, not hide from them. My mother cannot know where I am all the time.
Прячься, не прячься, рано или поздно все равно найдут. Киса. Так. Еще одно, да, вроде как должно быть. Отчет о драконе. По идее, надо посмотреть еще на карту. Возможно, открылись где-то новые задания. Потому что их еще у меня сколько? Штук 30, да, по-моему? Или 29, что-то там осталось. Блять, я вот все не пойму, как вот эту дверь открыть.
It's not as if it's hard to lift something. Let's see the professor. Bombarder. Expelliarmus. Glacius. Confringo.
Я же... Я уже просто все заклинания испробовал на этой. На этой баррикаде. Просто ни одно не работает. Блять, ну эти не работают здесь. Вообще ни одно не работает. Бесполезно. Блять, ну больше нету, по сути. Честно, не знаю. Может, вместо заморозки вот это поставить?
Revelio.
Our children deserve better.
Aloha Mora.
Открыто.
Revelio.
Ну и всего лишь фиолетовое. Широкое зеркало.
Hogsmeade, here I come. Revelio.
Интересно, почему он подсвечивается? Все равно, если я его уже обобрал.
Revelio.
А, кстати, я что вспомнил?
Pretend I never heard the rumors of your involvement.
Я кое-что вспомнил. Здесь был проход, закрытый замком.
Aloha Mora.
Причем первого уровня.
Revelio.
Вот эта страничка. Глобус.
Over here.
This is a change of pace from our last outing.
Don't remind me. The thought of that tent still makes my blood boil. I've been thinking about those poor dragons in the fighting ring. The collars they were wearing, they appeared to be goblin silver. I think a collar is precisely what we found at that poacher camp. I've never known poachers to use anything like that before.
The dragon that attacked my carriage was wearing a collar, and Professor Fig was genuinely baffled by its behavior.
That attack always did strike me as a little strange, seemingly coming out of nowhere. Surely you aren't suggesting that the collars somehow control the poor creatures?
Exactly.
Merlin, I don't think the dragon we set free was wearing a collar, but we should check. And if we can find her, we can return her egg.
That's a good idea. We need to see this through.
I'll start looking into it right away. There was something else that I wanted to discuss with you. I didn't want to press it before. It seems I may have caused you more trouble with Victor Rookwood. Why is he after you?
Это из-за Ранрока, пока не хочу говорить.
Rookwood is working with Ranrock, and Ranrock is after something I found at Gringotts. Fig had a portkey that led us there after the dragon attack. It's a bit of a long story, and Fig had asked that I not speak of it yet.
Goodness. Well, that certainly helps to shed light on what we saw at the tent. Don't worry, I'll guard your secret as if it were my own. I shan't press for more details. In fact, I should probably be going. I'd like to track that dragon down as soon as I can. I'll let you know when I have news of her location.
Oh, I do hope Mary and her neighbours aren't harmed.
Excuse me, sir. Are you all right?
Just barely. But I don't want to trouble a student with my woes.
I am indeed a student, but I could very well be able to help you.
I'm not so sure. Name's Crispin Dunn, by the way. I trade in the surrounding hamlets. Do the most business in Arranshire. A lovely little hamlet. Just stunning gardens. Just the other day, the Daily Prophet ran an article on its scenic hedgerows. Actually, before I go on, I should ask. Are you afraid of spiders?
Spiders don't bother me at all. You'd be impressed by how many I've dispatched lately.
Lucky you. The hamlet's overrun with the vile things, and they're acting abnormally aggressively. I'm concerned about my customers, of course, but it appears that most of the hamlet's residents fled to safety. It's my friend Mary I worry about. I haven't heard from her, and I fear she's trapped in her cottage.
Understandable, but why don't you check on her yourself?
I would, but I have a crippling fear of the eight-legged beasts, which I, unlike you, seem incapable of conquering. I don't know what to do. Can you think of anyone who can help Mary?
Why are there so many spiders in Arranshire all of a sudden?
I honestly don't know. I've never seen so many spiders in all of my life. It's almost as if someone's breeding them. They've trapped the entire hamlet in webs. I was lucky to escape it all. Mary always has a way with these beasts. It's very concerning not to hear from her.
Why is it you can't conquer your fear of spiders?
When I was a small child, I was being tormented and chased by a group of local bullies and slid into the hollow of a tree to hide. Within moments, spiders were crawling over every inch of my body. Seemed I'd stumbled on a nest. I couldn't move, paralysed by fear of the spiders and an equally profound fear of the wizards I knew were just outside the tree. I was there for what seemed hours. I can feel their legs on me now just talking about it. Ugh.
Why didn't you ask the ministry for help?
I did. Reached out to anyone who would listen. Tried Minister Spout old Spavin himself. But evidently they have their hands full with who knows what else. It seems this little hamlet has to fend for itself.
I'll try my very best, Mr. Dunn.
Please do. If you can think of anyone that may be brave enough to help, I'd appreciate it. Thank you. They'll find Arranshire southeast of Hogsmeade, just below the train station.
Так, ну-ка глянем карту сейчас. Карта мира. Не видать доп. Заданий. Не, вроде не видно. Возможно, их здесь уже и не будет. Потому что здесь еще, смотрите, какая локация. Где-нибудь, может быть, тут и будут. Интересно, когда нас сюда отправят? Так, ладно. Короче, идем. Выполняем вот это задание, а потом идем на сюжетное.
This must be Arranshire. I'd best keep an eye out for spiders. Revelio.
Воу. Вылезли. Поехали. Так. Ты подчиняешься мне? Блять.
Even more aggressive than I'd expected.
Как их много. Победить пауков.
Surely that's the last. Revelio. Revelio.
А почему я не могу открыть этот
Not sure
сундук?
how I'd fare in a little place like this. Oh no, this must be Mary. Poor woman. Confringo!
Паучий яд на месте, как и договаривались. Теперь ваша очередь. Скоро у меня в подвале выпустятся новые паучата, и я смогу доставить еще партию яда, как только вы заплатите за это, разумеется. Мэри Портман.
If Mary was breeding these things in her cellar, that means there are more underground. I'll need to destroy every last spider in that cellar if this is to end.
Это нельзя поджечь? Почему она не сжигается? А как мне в подвал спуститься? Это явно не подвал.
Revelio.
А, вижу. Ух, сейчас будет куча пауков. Стопудово будет босс большой. Опять это как его там зовут?
If this is where Mary bred the spiders, they're not here now. Revelio. A ladder. Not sure I want to know where this leads. This isn't good, so these spiders have gone somewhere.
Пауки куда-то исчезли.
Bombarda. Bombarda. Confringo. I'd best be ready for whatever I may find down there. Revelio.
Так.
Exact. I need to find and destroy all of these before the situation gets even worse.
Где большой паук? Нету большого паука. Блять! Ё-моё. Да опять я попался. Блин, вот этим вот тоже надо пользоваться периодически. Темное искусство. После каждой брошенной китайской жующей капусты появляется еще одна, которую можно бросить, не потратив ресурсы. Хм. О, вот это клевая штука. Так, у меня что-то тут открылось. Ох, блять. Ага, у меня забито все. Как так? Как так? Сейчас всю зелень я поуничтожаю.
Confringo. Bombarda. Revelio.
Так это за пределами. Отсюда я приперся.
Revelio. Confringo. Defendo. Revelio.
Тут не пройти.
Confringo.
Half finished. I need to destroy all of the exams.
Imperio. Confringo. Defendo. Expelliarmus.
Блять.
Protego. Crucible.
Блин, я, наверное, поставлю вот это обратно. Заморозку.
Revelio. Bombarda.
These eggs must be destroyed.
Наконец-то я нашел место, где можно разводить пауков. И все это время оно было прямо у меня под носом, в буквальном смысле. Почему идея с подломом не пришла мне в голову раньше? Странно, что вообще никто до этого не додумался. Мои паучки скоро вырастут совсем большими и будут давать столько шелка, что мне больше никогда не придется экономить на платьях. Моим лишением наступит конец. Разве это не чудесно?
I suppose I know what happened to Mary Portman now. She was breeding the spiders.
Да разводилась.
Revelio.
Ох, блять, нахуй, аж я вздрогнул. Вылез.
Revelio.
Мне вот только интересно. Мне как-то вон туда надо попасть. Блять, а как я туда попаду?
Bombarda.
Это не разрушается. А, вот.
I hate to think that they see me, but I don't see them.
Protego. Bombarda.
Куда он пополз, гад?
Revelio. Bombarda.
Мелкие засранцы.
Bombarda.
Definitely going to my angry parents.
Expelliarmus. Bombarda. Protego.
Crucible.
Imperial. Confringo. Defendo. Bombarda. Revelio. Bombarda.
Crucible.
Expelliarmus. Defendo. Confringo.
Готовы.
Revelio. Confringo.
That's the last of the spider sacks.
Revelio.
Ну все. Где большой паук? Давай, выползай. Ты по-любому должен выползти. Я не верю, что на этом все. Блять. Я же сказал. Но не совсем, конечно, большой.
Expelliarmus. Bombarda. Expelliarmus.
33 уровень.
Expelliarmus. Glacier. Bombarda.
8 legs is simply too many.
Блять, что-то я сегодня пугаюсь каждого моего пауков. Резко выскакивает. Аж несколько раз уже вздрогнул. Найдите источник появления яиц. Я что-то не прочитал задание. Ну вот. Я говорю, что это не конец еще. Сейчас будет здоровый паук.
Oh, wait.
Все. Если честно, я думал, что больше будет размером. Пустая квадратная рама. Видимо, все. Как кайфово перемещаться так. Паучки.
Sometimes it seems all roads lead to Hogsmeade.
Так, стоп.
You're back. Nice to see you again.
Сразу. Это оставляем.
Thanks for stopping by. Hope to see you again.
Mr. Dunn, I have some news.
Thank Merlin. About my sweet friend Mary.
Она пала жертвой собственной жадности, она стала невинной жертвой. Собственной жадности, скорее всего. Ну, давайте ответим невинной жертвой.
So sorry, Mr. Dunn. She was an innocent victim.
Poor Mary. Fighting for the Hamlet to the bitter end, no doubt. A noble sacrifice. She truly was a remarkable woman. Remarkable. She didn't deserve this. Few do.
I am sorry about your friend. But you'll be relieved to know that I cleared out the spiders. It's safe to return now.
You? You cleared out the spiders? I can't believe it, but I'm certainly relieved. I imagine the first order of business will be to help the Hamlet rebuild. I suppose I have nothing to fear from dead spiders.
That's the spirit. I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you again for all you've done. I shall keep you apprised of the Hamlet's rebuilding.
Glad I could be of help, and I look forward to visiting your shop the next time I'm in Arranshire.
To dearly departed Mary.
Так. Пройдено. 8 из 32. 24, получается, осталось, да? 24 задания. Опа. Это как раз то забытое яйцо. Она же связывалась со мной. Причем вот эти разговоры, они не учитываются в доп-заданиях.
It's not like her to forget.
I didn't keep you waiting, did I?
Not at all. I was just at the post office. Gran told me to expect a package, but it looks as if she forgot to send it. She didn't send me an owl this week either. Perhaps she's busy with her research.
What was she sending you?
Only some feed she's been developing. I was going to give it to Professor Howin for the measles.
What kind of research is she doing?
It varies from week to week, but it's always to do with creatures. Last week she was studying leg knots in Plimpies.
What did you find out about the dragon you were tracking?
I realized that she didn't know the poachers had her egg, so when she left Horntail Hall, she would have headed straight to her nest. I went back to the tent and tracked her flight.
How do you track a dragon long after she's gone?
Tree canopies, burn marks, things like that.
Well done. You certainly know what you're doing.
I can't be certain, but I have an idea of one place she may have been heading. I thought we might go and see it for ourselves.
Of course. Shall we leave now?
If that's all right. I want to see how she's faring if she had a collar on. And she's likely frantic about her egg. Here we are. I do think this is where we'll find her. The terrain's typical of where the breed would nest. I suspect it's how the poachers found her to begin with. They likely camped here and logged her patterns. Perhaps nabbed her first and then her egg. Dragons are hard enough to wrangle, let alone maternal ones.
You got all of that from simply standing here?
You'd be surprised how easy it is to think like a poacher. Shall we see if she's home? We only need to return her egg.
That sounds straightforward enough.
We should be in and out. Then we can be finished with the poachers once and for all.
I don't suppose you've thought about keeping it, have you?
No. It belongs to her. Keeping it will make me just as bad as the poachers.
If you're right about finding her here, how do we go about returning the egg?
Her nest will likely be in the heart of her den, which she will be keeping guard over. It might also be more charred than anywhere else, I imagine.
Well then, let's find our dragon and return her egg.
Wonderful. If she sees us flying about, she might take it as a sign of aggression or food. We should stay on foot. Oh, and one more thing. Let's
Найди
not
гнездо
agitate her.
дракона.
Goodness knows she's been through enough already. I'm ready when you are.
Я уже бегу.
Revelio.
There she is, above us.
Вон она летает.
She did make it home safely. Oh, good. It looks as if she wasn't collared like the other dragons.
Здрасте. Мы к вам в гости. Вернуть.
Poor thing must be worried sick, wondering what happened to her egg.
Вернуть яйцо.
Revelio.
Ты же меня не сожрешь, ведь правда?
For what it's worth, she doesn't seem to have spotted us yet.
Let's hope it
Странно,
stays
как она
out.
нас не заметила.
At least until we've done what we came to do.
Круто.
Revelio.
How many they brought to capture? At least 10 usually.
Смити, ты где? Я думал, ты присоединишься к нам на Борнео. Я знаю, что ты надеешься подзаработать на ринге, но настоящая золотая жила — это акромантовы. Ты не представляешь, сколько мы с Виолеттой заработали на днях. К тому же на Борнео весьма недурно. Скоро мы двинемся дальше, может быть, в Египет. Как же здорово, что мы больше не привязаны к одному месту. До скорой встречи, Ангус.
How charming. They keep in touch with each other.
Revelio.
She's breathtaking.
From a distance.
Так, мне надо восстановить мост.
Reparo.
Fantastic.
Чик-чик-чик. И мост целый.
I wonder how good her eyesight is.
I beg your pardon?
I don't imagine the poachers fed her well. And from a distance, we probably look exactly like sheep to her. Hebrideans love sheep.
How lucky for us.
Вот повезло-то. Типа, если бы у нее зрение было бы отлично, я видел у вас людей, она бы не сожрала, да? Вас. Разница-то.
Revelio.
А где вообще, интересно, на карте? А, не показано, где мы.
Watch your step.
Смотри под ноги.
Pity. She must have been starved to pick off a graphorn.
Or just raring for a fight.
Revelio.
А, вот его сожрали, получается. Ну, почти сожрали, он вроде как целый.
Quiet. What was that?
Что было? Угу.
Revelio. Wait here. I'll run ahead.
Whenever you're ready, I'll hold your lead.
I'll draw her attention. Follow when it's safe.
Опа! А ты так не сможешь? А где она? Оп!
Revelio.
А как она смогла так же? Она что-то тоже так же умеет.
Watch out, it's her domain. Keep at it. We've just got to make it to the nest.
Oh, she isn't making it easy.
Но мы же яйцо принесли. За что?
Revelio. It's a little too warm, if you ask me.
Там сундук где-то. Я хочу вернуться. Я сундуки оставил позади. А где они остались?
Revelio.
А непонятно, как до них добраться. Они где-то есть? А, они вот здесь вот.
Revelio.
Скорее всего, да? На той стороне. Вот надо было мне из-за 44 монеток, из-за синей шмотки бежать сюда. Разговаривать с ней бесполезно.
Get to that opening below her. If we can get to that, we can get to the nest.
Так, там мост надо починить, наверное.
Revelio.
She's leaving! Quickly!
Brilliant.
Так.
Reparo.
Допустим. А что это мне даст?
Revelio.
А, мы сейчас туда поднимемся.
There's the nest. We're almost there. Why is every bridge here broken? Now, if we just return her egg, we can hopefully make it out without too much
Я думаю,
fuss.
если мы вернем яйцо, то сможем уйти без всяких проблем, ну по-любому. А вот и главная проблема, блядь!
was brilliant. And did you see how clever? She left us perfectly unharmed.
Так, она пыталась нас убить, да, нет.
Creatures are a lot cleverer than most people realize.
That's what Gran always says. The important thing is that we survived it, and we returned her egg. Thank you for doing this with me. Wouldn't blame you one bit if you wanted to head back to the castle and never think about dragons again.
Shall we head back? I'm ready if you are.
I am. After our dragon rescue at Hauntow Hall, I half expect to be ambushed by poachers any time I'm not in the castle.
Understandable. We did sabotage their fighting ring and steal a dragon egg from them.
True. So why haven't they come after us? It's not like them to let things lie. Unless
what?
Unless they haven't let things lie. Oh no, I can't believe I didn't see it. We need to leave. I need to send an owl.
Что случилось?
How could I have been so blind?
Забытое яйцо.
Revelio.
Ничего, все что ли? Да, видимо, все. Тут, ага, Себастьян, сами там. Кого первым-то пойдем? Давайте Себастьян.
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented flu powder.
Кстати, можно продать то, что у меня есть.
See if there's something you need.
О, метла какая-то, небесная коса. Маневр для хозяина, который хочет впечатлять, когда не знает свои бесчисленные навыки.
That's been a pleasure.
Так. Ой. Ну ладно, долетим на ней. На нем, точнее. А шары тоже можно лопать? Так. Бамс. Уху! Промазал, как так-то? И тут промазал, блядь. Ладно. Садимся. На метле поудобней. Бам. Так, вон еще два шарика. Так, заходим на посадочку. Оп.
Revelio.
I thought my owl might pique your interest.
Так, надо сохраниться на всякий случай.
I came as soon as I could.
I'd been so preoccupied by all that happened with Ominis in the catacomb, not to mention my uncle's reaction, that I'd almost forgotten what it was that struck me about that triptych. This is the view painted on the canvas that was left on it.
That's incredible. You know this area well.
And while I was waiting for you, I scouted around and discovered an abandoned mine nearby, surrounded by Ranrock's loyalists.
Do you think there's a connection to the triptych?
I've no idea, but perhaps they're searching it, the way they did Rookwood Castle and Isidora's Manor. How do we want to handle this?
Так, замок Игру, поместье, как мы поступим? Стараемся стать, нападем на них. Блин, вот незамеченными. Ну, ладно, давай постараемся.
We need to see what they're doing, but let's not draw their attention.
Very well.
And I still have that rune symbol we found on the triptych. If there is a connection, I suspect we'll see that symbol again.
After you.
Я, конечно, попробую. Стоп. В инвизе пройти.
Revelio.
There they are up ahead.
I'll let you lead.
When the war is over, goblins will rule over wizards and lions.
Revelio.
No one enters this mine. Kill anyone who tries.
Ranrock's loyalists are out for blood.
Нафиг я только инвиз выбрал. Надо было в бой просто идти и все.
Why am I always on patrol? It's a waste of my skill.
Блин, может насрать на этот инвиз и навалять им?
Be used for better things than this so-called
Так, спокойно. Не, я сейчас их убирать буду из инвиза. Сейчас он тот обратно вернется. Можно будет их сразу двоих убрать. А, здесь, кстати, наоборот. Почему-то этот идет сюда. Блять, нам...
We'll reclaim what is rightfully ours.
Уходи. Я здесь не протиснусь. Спокойно. Спокойно. Взял, сломал. Тихо, тихо, спокойно. Здесь никого нету. Так, надо успеть, пока он не развернулся. Вот и все.
All of Ranrock's loyalists deserve the same fate. Nice work.
Потихоньку всех убрали. Непростительно. О. Тут вроде не видно больше никого. Можно бежать дальше. Без инвиза. Следующий лагерь. Блять, похоже на ловушку какую-то. Ты чё свистишь? Денег не будет. Интересно, это куда ведет?
We're making quick progress.
Это, походу, ведет в нужное нам место. Я вернусь, там есть сундук. Так они идут проверять. А может, наваляем им? Все-таки. Давай, разворачивайся. Блять, слишком опасно. Никто ничего не подозревает же. Подозревает. Один идет сюда. Да, вот этот. Тихо, 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 тихо. Нас спалили. Ну ладно, смысла уже прятаться нету, поэтому...
And the fun is over.
Fun is a relative term.
It is. And that was relatively fun.
Фокус древней магии. Можно было сразу бежать просто и раскидывать их без инвиза. Так, шахта, шахта, шахта.
For better or for worse, we're in.
Wouldn't mind a plum job at Gringotts.
Давай вот этих в инвизи уберем потихоньку.
Mind you, I suppose it could get a bit boring.
Petrificus totalis. This mine looks like a tomb.
It was closed after accidents were reported. Now I see why.
А. А чё он с инвиза не цепляется? Какая-то херня была.
Revelio. Bombarder. Confringo.
Я уж сначала подумал, что сейчас опять не зацепится.
I don't see any goblins in these webs.
Too disgusting for even a spider to prey on.
I'll be quieter than a
Revelio.
Ну конечно. Тут по-другому нельзя было.
Revelio.
Too many. They definitely think there's something here they want.
Bombarder. Confringo.
Так, бутылек.
Revelio.
That ledge is awfully high. Any ideas?
Где-то есть сундук. Но он, походу, либо надо мной, либо подо мной. Ну, видимо, подо мной. Почему я паучков не могу уничтожить маленьких? Большие столы. А, он подо мной.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Revelio.
It's no wonder spiders give people goosebumps.
Could be the hairy legs, or the soulless eyes, or the venomous fangs, or any number of endearing qualities, really.
Блин, сейчас опять мы пошумим.
Smashing.
Should have thought to conjure stairs.
Revelio.
Так, ну тут вроде никого нету.
Revelio.
Пока отключим.
Revelio.
Ты чё там задыхаешься, что ли?
Revelio.
Опа. Ядовитый бегун.
Revelio.
We've rid the world of another spider. I shall sleep better tonight.
Павук, павук, павук. У него нет рук.
We're making quick work of them.
Professor Hecat would be proud.
She would at that. Ranrock's loyalists have all but declared war. Bombarda!
Так.
Lumos!
Ага, вон там можно поджечь. Вопрос для чего? А, чтобы залезть наверх. О, большой сундук. Легенда? Да, легенда.
Revelio.
Блять, я зря так сделал. Я не могу вылезти. Он просто так пробежал.
Revelio. Revelio.
Привет, Ксюш.
Revelio.
Да, прошел. А вы чё, опять в работе погрязли? Что-то смотрю, захожу, последний стрим давно уже был.
Revelio.
Still not seen a single rune symbol.
Послезавтра возвращаешься?
A bit distracted from runes for a moment.
An unwelcome distraction at that.
Атомик, по сути, не такой длинный. Особенно если не исследовать полигоны.
We have another fight on our hands.
Why am I not surprised?
Oi! Pass that fire whiskey over here. You have to learn to
Бабах.
your service.
Protego.
You helping to survive this. You're weak, human. Listen. Give us.
Ой, они еще на уровень выше меня. Ой, большой паук выполз. Да что ты будешь делать? Так я его добил уже, зачем ты в него еще пуляешь? Ух, Себастьян. Это мое.
Have a look around in peace.
Revelio.
Rune symbol above the cavern door.
Ranrock's loyalists never knew to look for it.
Confringo.
Wasn't expecting that.
Так, открылось. А для чего же мне вот это?
Confringo. Revelio.
А, может быть, туда наверх залезть?
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Revelio.
Так. Когда я очнулась, перед глазами все расплывалось. Как долго я была без сознания. Помню лишь его глаза. Пустой взгляд. Пустой, потому что он уже не испытывал боли. Но... А еще помню, как меня захлестнула эйфория, когда боль рассеялась. И потом все вокруг завертелось. Кажется, я ударилась головой, когда падала. Ни ушиба, ни ссадины. Нет, но в голове пульсирует боль. Надеюсь, это не черная смерть. Зато он больше не будет страдать.
What do you have there?
A journal entry by Isadora.
Hopefully it will help us unravel more of this mystery.
Sebastian, I think I found
Вторая
something.
часть холста с триптиха.
Brilliant. Our efforts weren't in vain after all. Still, something about this place feels odd.
Так, посоветуй с Себастьяном. Больше ничего нету.
If the triptych led us here to find this bit of canvas, we can probably assume that Isadora Morganark was here.
She seems to have been everywhere.
But if she was using the Undercroft and the cellar beneath her manor in Feldcroft, why would she create this space?
And why hide it behind cryptic rune symbols and ancient magic that no one but you could see?
Isadora and Percival Rackham, another of the keepers, could see traces of ancient magic too.
Rackham? I haven't heard his name before.
Here's are some of the memories I've seen. I don't think he and Isadora saw eye to eye on how this magic should be used.
This is all rather baffling. Let's take the canvas back to the triptych. Perhaps the answers are there. This place is odd, to be sure, but I'm fascinated by it. Now, for the trek back out of here and to Hogwarts.
Unless we can find another passageway to the Undercroft. Let's have a look around.
Revelio.
О, выход.
And now for the moment of truth.
It has to fit.
Ну-ка.
Please tell me you recognize the location in this bit of canvas.
The good news is I do, in fact.
And the bad news?
we're in for more trouble.
У нас опять неприятности. У нас когда-нибудь не было неприятностей?
I know that coast. Ranrock has taken over a huge mine in the surrounding area. Morinweem has suffered for it. It's as bad as Feldcroft's become. Should we head there now?
We should wait.
Why?
All this time, we've been a step behind Ranrock. I may know someone who could help us get ahead.
Who is that?
Гоблин по имени вот Гок. Меня попросили ничего не говорить. Ну ладно, давай
A
скажем.
friendly goblin. He wants no part in Ranrock's fight.
A friendly goblin? You know, goblins cursed my sister to shut her up. Said she should be seen and not heard.
Надо было не
I
говорить.
do, but not all goblins are...
Not all goblins what? Have you forgotten Feldcroft? Have you forgotten the mine we just went through?
No, Sebastian, I haven't. You're not listening to me.
Why would I listen to someone so ignorant?
А ты жестокий, не горячись.
Perhaps your uncle was right about you. You don't know when to stop.
Oh, I do know when to stop.
Поругались.
Unbelievable.
Обидки. Все.
Revelio.
Я ему, значит, помогаю, а он тут. Так, задание. Поговорить с Поппи. Это вообще где? А, вот сюда надо будет. Так.
Accio.
Oh, good, you're safe.
There you are. You were in such a state when you left.
The poachers got to my gran. Someone recognized me in Horntail Hall and they got to her.
What do you mean? Is she all right?
She's fine, thank goodness. But they were at her house, our house. They assumed I'd sent the egg there. She said they took the whole place apart looking for it, screaming that we'd cost them everything.
I'm sorry, Poppy. I'm glad she's all right. I don't think either one of us could have anticipated that.
I should have known. I underestimated the poachers. And now another creature's in danger.
What do you mean?
The poachers refused to leave empty-handed, so they took valuable journals that Gran had discovered when she was researching rare creatures. One of them contained theories about a secret hiding place of the Snidget.
Единорог? Стопудовый единорог. А, нет. Сниджет. Я думал сначала единорог.
Exactly what kind of creature is a Snidget?
It's a small bird with golden feathers. It's incredible. It has rotational wings that allow it to dart quickly in any direction. In fact, the golden snitch in Quidditch is based on the Snidget, which barbarically was actually used in the sport hundreds of years ago.
Why would Snidgets be valuable to poachers?
They could make more money with Snidgets than they ever would have fighting dragons. The golden Snidget's feathers and eyes are incredibly valuable. That's why they're believed to be extinct. They were hunted out of existence by wizard kind. If the poachers found some now, I can't bear to think about the horrific way they'd be bred and killed for profit.
Where exactly are these Snidgets allegedly hidden?
Gran says the journals were a bit cryptic, which is good. Perhaps the poachers won't be clever enough to find the birds. From what she recalls, the journals only noted that the key to finding them lay in the moonlight. Gran thinks it can be narrowed down to a handful of locations.
I take it you aren't going to let the poachers anywhere near the Snidgets.
Gran wants me to stay out of it, but I know she's devastated that poachers might go after the Snidgets, if they still exist. We had the element of surprise on our side when we saved that dragon, but the poachers will be watching for us now.
We need allies. Others who hate the poachers enough to help us, who value creatures as much
Merlin's beard! You're a genius! The centaurs! They'd want the Snidgets protected at all costs.
Сейчас, секунду, подойду. Так, поговорим с кентаврами.
Sounds as if we need to go and talk to the centaurs.
We'll need to be careful in how we approach them. Tensions with them are high. Still, I think they may be our only hope. Let me think on it. I'll let you know as soon as I have a plan.
Угу. Как только у тебя будет план, когда я пойду на задание уже на другое, да, у тебя появится план. Так. А он где? В шахте гоблинов. А как мне в шахту гоблинов попасть? Говорит, в шахте, а метка стоит где-то в башне.
They say herbology is the study of magical and mundane.
Afraid of a staircase?
Ой, этот покатился. Ну, я понял, с Амитом, это который мне этот подарил. Телескоп. Только... А, понял. Чтобы кто-то был со мной, кто говорит на гобледуке. А это Амит.
Hello, Amit. Do I recall you saying that you speak gobbledygook?
I did. I mean, I do. Speak it. Is this to do with the goblin I saw you with in Hogsmeade?
It is. His name is Lodgok. We could use your help with something. He's waiting for me near a goblin mine. Would you be willing to help?
Of course! How exciting! I mean, well, might this be dangerous?
I think he simply wants to show me something that involves gobbledygook. If it helps, he's a friend of Sirona's.
Good to hear, good to hear. If Sirona trusts him, then I feel much better.
You said you know gobbledygook, but how well?
I've been reading it for as long as I've been reading English. My parents have an extensive library. Once I grew bored with the classics, I devoured goblin writings. I'd tell you some titles, but you wouldn't understand them.
Have you ever spoken directly to a goblin?
Unbelievably, no. I'm so looking forward to it. Actually conversing in gobbledygook with a native speaker. Cannot wait to confirm subtle bits of pronunciation and tone that may have eluded me, being self-taught and all.
Lodgok is waiting. Shall we go?
Of course. I just want to check the pronunciation of a couple of key terms first. So I will meet you there.
В смысле? Карта мира. Ё-моё, у меня здесь нету костра. Давайте сюда тогда долетим сейчас.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
Здесь где-то костер должен быть. А, прям рядом. Ну раз задание Мэрилин у нас по пути, выполним его заодно. Так, вижу шар. Да, скатить надо. Походу, самый низ, что ли? Так. Давай, пускай катится. Где он там? Катится? Главное, чтобы он меня не убил, пока катится. Блять, лучше с дороги уйти, нахрен, а то собьет. Ага. Давай, давай, давай. Я понял.
A friend who speaks gobbledygook is meeting us. Before he arrives, perhaps you could tell me why we're here?
Of course. Unfortunately, presenting Ranrock with the helmet of Urtkot did not have the effect I'd hoped. Because he knew the details surrounding its plunder, he presumed I'd had help from a witch or wizard in retrieving it.
Что-то у меня подозрение плохое насчет него. Мне кажется, он предаст нас. Почему же вы об этом не подумали?
How else did he expect Goblinkind to get the helmet back? Seems he has no interest in making amends with you.
I'm afraid we do not have the luxury of rational expectation when it comes to Ranrock. Damn Bragbor and his blasted journals.
Bragbor?
An ancestor of Ranrock's, renowned metal worker. If we are to work together, I suppose I must tell you more. Not long ago, Ranrock sent me to collect a recently unearthed set of Bragbor's journals. They described repositories that Bragbor had been commissioned to build for a group of witches and wizards.
What do you mean, repositories?
Large, magically fortified receptacles crafted from goblin metal. Ranrock recruited others to help me locate the repositories. We were to search anywhere that was connected to 5 names mentioned in the journals: Rackham, Fitzgerald, Bakar, Morganach, and Rookwood.
Rookwood Castle.
That is where we began our search.
Why does Ranrock care so much about these repositories?
He cares about what they contain. For centuries, wizards have refused to share their magical knowledge with goblins. Your kind will not even let us carry wands. Thus, many goblins, myself included, have spent our lives mistrusting wizard kind. Ranrock was convinced that the repositories contained a magical power that wizards wanted to keep for themselves. He is determined to take it for goblin kind. But
Here comes my friend Amit. Probably best to continue our conversation later.
Greetings, Lord Cock. It is an honor, sir.
You speak gobbledygook.
Oh, Bacalio.
Enough. Please do not tell me that was meant to be gobbledygook.
Well, yes. Perhaps my pronunciation is a bit off. I imagine certain dialects differ?
Pronunciation is not the issue. I barely recognize that as language. I trust you can read gobbledygook better than you can speak it?
I can, Sir Lodgok.
Just Lodgok. Thankfully, we only need someone who can decipher written plans, since I cannot join you in the mine.
What written plans? And why can't you come with us?
We need some idea of what Ranrock knows or is plotting. I suspect a careless loyalist may have left plans behind. And I'm unable to join you because I cannot risk anyone reporting my presence to Ranrock. All you need to do is not be seen. Either by the eye above the enchanted door or a loitering loyalist.
Ага, стелс, походу, придется проходить.
The door will not open while the eye can see you. You and your friend must be invisible to it to gain access. From what I know of wizard magic, that shouldn't be too difficult to achieve.
Amit and I can do this.
I will await your return. I shall see you soon.
Так, ну чё, пойдем. А, вот эта дверь откроется, когда я буду невидимым.
The door is looking at us.
Ага. Голос такой, что происходит? Кто-то ее открывает.
Books so rarely prepare one for reality. A real goblin mine. It's even grander than I had expected. Clever.
Revelio.
I cannot believe I met a goblin.
Let's just learn what we can and get out.
Look at this lift. Impressive workmanship for so simple a device.
Impressive workmanship aside, it's the only way forward.
Так.
Revelio.
I still can't believe we're inside a real goblin mine.
Ты успокоишься? Нет. Что-то дверь откроет? Да. А для чего нам эти камни?
I've read about mines like this, but seeing one is something else altogether.
Нет, подожди. Мне интересно, для чего эти камни? А, тут сумка. Вон для чего. А он остался.
Keep your wits about you, Amit. I'll get you through this mine. Revelio.
А он там останется ли? Переместиться. Опа, он тпшнулся. Так, они меня не должны увидеть, да, вроде как? Или все-таки можно? Как же мне мимо них пройти?
Where have those plans gone? I had schematics in my hand a moment ago.
Мне не получится мимо них просто пройти, их по-любому придется убирать.
Watch your step round here. Matter of time till Ranrock sets things right.
Go and patrol. Like I ain't got nothing better to do.
Так, этот пошел проверять. Блять, этот нас подозревает.
Watch your step round here.
Being watched by a
Тихо, тихо,
door.
тихо, спокойно.
That was a little more than I'm used to.
I'll get us through here safely, Amit. You have my word. We won't get through as long as we can be seen by that eye. Get free. Revelio.
Так, жидкость куда-то туда подается. И?
Revelio.
Я не особо понял, что произошло, но, видимо... Что-то вон там наверху. А как нам туда попасть? Вопрос интересный. Тут нельзя больше ни за что потянуть и ничего поджечь нельзя. Сюда я не могу наступить там. Явно Бобо будет, да? Или нет? А, нет, нормально все. Открыто. Оп.
I feel like a character from one of the adventure books I read during the summer holidays.
Он под большим впечатлением.
Let's take a look around, Amit. See if we can find any plans.
Bound to be plans around here somewhere. A schematic. They're building something. I can't quite make it out. Curious. Let me know if you see any more plans or schematics. We can't return to Lodgok empty-headed.
Так. Здесь лесенка наверх. Как их убрать? Придется пошуметь, походу. Нормально.
Fascinating to see gobbledygook written in a goblin hand. The flourishes are extraordinary. I will get to the bottom of what they've been building down here.
Так, давайте еще вниз сгоняем.
If I'm translating this correctly, and I think that I am, they're building something rather large. But what? There must be more notes around here. What could they be building?
Вероятнее всего, тут несколько проходов в одно и то же место, я так понимаю. А, да, можно отсюда подняться. А, нет, все-таки один проход. Я думаю, отсюда пройти можно. Нельзя перепрыгнуть так. Да, вот здесь будет поинтересней, походу. Но мне кажется, мне не обязательно быть в инвизе. Но я все равно. Постараюсь по стелсу пройти. что, никто не идет проверять? Странно. Вот там решетка. А, вон лестница наверх. А этот что, так и будет здесь стоять? Блять. А ведь меня не успел спалить. А к нему незаметно и не подберешься. Мне кажется, придется их так убирать. Мне кажется, если я попробую убрать вот это, у меня вот тот заметит, нет? Стоп, 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 стоп. Палево. Все. Отлично.
Another boiler. This place is more complex than I had expected.
Какая нахрен бомбарда? Ой, я бутылочку забыл взять.
Another schematic. What are they going to build? This mine is too small for whatever it is.
Я так понимаю, гоблинов здесь, наверное, больше нету, да? Стой, стой, стой.
Not an entanglement we need right now. Lumos.
Я не заметил что-то.
Lumos. Lumos. Accio. Revelio.
Все что ли тут?
Confringo. Lumos. Lumos.
Yes, of course.
Все равно пока инвиз не будем отрубать.
Revelio.
Угу. Взорвите дозор. Ну, можно так фигачить. Мандрагор против врага. Взорвите дозорного сторонников Эрндрока с использованием заклинания бомбарды, пока он заряжает свою магию. Да залезь ты. Блять, это шумно было. А, тут надо было вот так обижать. Дозорного сторонников Эрндрока. Давайте вот этих уберем. Блять, сюда идут. Один еще там вон есть. Учили засранцы. Давай, заряжай. Отлично.
That should be the last of them, I'll meet. Revelio.
Так, мы всех уделали.
Accio. Revelio.
Но потянуть-то я потянул, а толку нету. По-моему, где-то что-то поджечь надо.
Revelio.
А может быть там поджечь с той стороны?
Right. Don't wish to be seen, do we?
Че она откроет? Лифт. На кой мне лифт? За сундуком скататься? А почему мы не... А, рычаг не дернул. Думаю, почему мы не едем?
Revelio. Don't think I've found all the plans. I'd best keep looking.
А. Короче, потом мы поедем здесь. Это путь отхода. Я рано сюда пошел.
This is not good. They're building enormous drills, bigger than this mine could contain.
Let's get out of here and tell Lodcock what we found. Revelio.
Так, теперь можно выбираться на том лифте.
I need a moment to catch my breath. This was more than I bargained for.
I'm glad you came with me, Amit. Now that we know what they're up to, we can get out of here.
А, вот проход к сундуку.
Hello, Hamora. Revelio.
Подставки с орнаментом. Пока не буду инвиз отключать.
We're almost out of here, Amit. Look, the lift.
A welcome sight indeed.
Ой, я его там оставил.
Revelio.
Так, в смысле? Стоп, мы приехали обратно. Вроде как. Почему он мне про лифт сказал? Он что меня с толку сбивает? Ха-ха-ха-ха-ха. Я играю 2,5 часа почти, такое чувство, что уже часов 6.
Can we please talk about what just happened?
That wasn't so bad, was it?
It was. It really was. I'm afraid I've had enough adventure for one day. For a lifetime, perhaps.
Thank you, Amit. I couldn't have done it without you. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to have a word with Lodgok.
Understood? I'll leave you to it. Your goblin secrets are safe with me, but I get to write the book about this escapade someday. Without further ado, adieu.
Однажды он напишет книгу. Тут Шерри можно будет полопать.
They're building
Нужно будет
enormous drills.
полопать.
We found their plans. Ranrock must be searching for the repositories.
I fear you are correct. Other than Rookwood Castle, however, I do not know where else he plans to search.
I've been wondering about something else you said before we entered the mine.
Yes?
If you share Ranrock's views, then why are you helping me?
I expected Rookwood Castle to be deserted when I arrived to begin my search. So was surprised to find a witch there who had set up a sort of improvised research site. She was studying something so intently that she almost didn't notice me. When she looked up, I thought she would react with fear or disdain. But instead she did something that I will never forget. Without a moment's hesitation, she smiled and asked me to sit with her. She told me that she was a researcher and showed me a small, oddly shaped container with a strange symbol on it. She was certain it was made of goblin metal, but was unable to open it. She wanted to work together.
Miriam.
Yes. But how did you...
Professor Fig's wife. He told me of her research, and I know of the container.
Ah. The reverence with which she talked of goblins and their intelligence and skill, it caught me entirely off guard. I'd never been treated with such respect.
Че, все-таки ошибался насчет него, что он предаст нас?
So, to my surprise, I let her study the container if she would allow me to search the castle on my own. We parted ways, with her promising to share what she'd learned. More of Ranrock's recruits arrived, and we began to dig, eventually locating the first repository. Ranrock was thrilled with our discovery, but furious when I told him about Miriam. Berated me for trusting a witch, and I heard she'd been killed.
You think Ranrock murdered her?
I don't want to believe it, but I don't know. After that, something shifted in me. I had seen how the power from the repositories was transforming Ranrock, transforming all of them. I could no longer remain a part of it.
Thank you, Lord Cock, for telling me this.
I tell you all of this so that you understand what is at stake. Ranrock never found all of Bragbor's journals, but the ones he did find suggest that Bragbor at some point built a repository far greater in size than the one beneath Rookwood Castle. What you've discovered here today worries me deeply. If Ranrock learns of the location of that repository, I fear we shall be destined for a great war. I will find out what Ranrock knows. Watch for my owl.
Так. О, я вижу задание. Еще я вижу сумку. Блять, она упадет. В зале картографии.
Let's see what's up your sleeve this time, Merlin.
Revelio.
Поджечь надо, да?
Revelio. Confringo.
Не достал. Охренеть, а чё как быстро-то надо?
That's that. Revelio.
Вообще, чтобы улучшить до конца инвентарь, мне не все эти надо будет. Не все испытания пройти. Пиройки. Привет. Фух, почти прошел. Остался один последний квест и 3 побочки. Ну и штук 200 фигни в мире. Офигеть. Ты прям обнадежил меня. Я уж думал, я все до конца почти прохожу. Ага, фиг тут. А сколько всего часов наиграно? Просто у меня в стиме в друзьях есть там 70 с лишним уже или 80 часов наиграно, а у меня только 40, по-моему. Ну, 34 часа всего, У меня, по-моему, побольше. Не, это время... не время сейфа, понял. Да-да-да, кстати, в сохранениях же там по-другому показывается. У меня 33 часа показывается в сохранении. Вообще в этой игре можно и больше часов провести.
Revelio.
Вот дополнительное задание открылось. Самое тупое, что эти платформы для приземления обозначаются на карте. Это которая вот здесь вот? Платформа для приземления на... Ага. И то есть надо облететь и найти их. Они в каждой зоне есть.
We should speak with Mr. Bickle's friends. I believe I can sneak away without drawing my mother's eye. Meet me now.
Надо летать, увидеть круг такой, приземлиться и все. Но и активности, наверное, все остальные будут закрывать уже после вне стримов. А на стримах только эти доп. Задания и основной сюжет пройду.
Hello again. Wonderful to see you. As before, I've arranged a special price on the broom upgrade for you.
Так, обновление. 4К, офигеть.
You'll be thrilled with that broom, I promise you.
Напрягает еще то, что инвентарь быстро забивается здесь. Места не хватает. Ой, я чуть эпическое не продал. Легендарку точнее.
Thanks for stopping by. You're all set with the new upgrade. I can't wait to hear what you think. This may sound presumptuous, but...
You'd like me to report back with even more flight details.
You know me well. I feel I'm almost there. I just think I can improve broom flight a bit more. Miss Ray's is running a time trial at the South Coast course. Not ideal, really, what with rumours of Ranrock's lot and Ashwinders infiltrating the place. However, if you're flying high above them, you should be all right. I think.
Меня это не пугает.
I'm not worried, Mr. Weeks. I'll see if I can find Imelda.
I hope you are able to complete these trials. I have a feeling this final upgrade is going to be a sweeping success. Do be careful, of course. I shall look forward to hearing from you soon. I look forward to our next meeting.
Так, я так понимаю, у нас еще одна гонка на метлах открылась. Поппи в запретном лесу. Снати. Давайте сначала полетаем, потом поговорим с этими двумя. А, стоп. Ух, далековато. Ни хрена себе. Тогда нет. Меняем планы. Так, это сюда, значит, да?
Perhaps I could test out my new upgrade on the way. Hogsmeade, here I come.
На гонки на метлах пока не пойдем. Как по сюжету туда закинет. Поближе.
I'm ready to do what's needed to take Harlow down. I know you have a plan.
We must gather information from the friends of Mr. Bickle that Archie and Mrs. Bickle mentioned. Agabus Filbert, Otto Dibble, and Mr. and Mrs. Rabe.
All right.
I suggest that you speak with each of them while I head to the Hogshead. I saw some Ashwinders heading there. And as my mother would never go near the Hogshead, she is less likely to learn of my activities than if I were to wander the village questioning its residents.
Where am I to find these friends of his?
I do not know about Mr. Rabe, but his wife, Daisy, is often in Hogsmeade, as is Agabus Filbert. And Otto Dibble, he works at Gladrags, so you will likely find him there.
What sort of information am I trying to gather from these people?
They may know what evidence Mr. Bickle had against Harlow, or they may have evidence of their own. We simply need to know whatever they know.
Very well. I'll speak with them, see what I can learn.
I knew I could rely on you. We need to know how they are being blackmailed by Rookwood and Harlow. Meet me here after you have spoken with them. Hopefully, by the time you return, I will be able to move a bit more freely.
Так, поговори, да? Ладно, сбегаем, поболтаем. Так, кто ближе-то? В этом здании, я так понимаю.
Mrs. Rabe should be nearby.
Oh,
Здрасте.
what have I done?
Mrs. Rabe, I wondered if I might speak with you about Theophilus Harlow. I'm a friend of the Bickles and I'm trying to gather evidence against him.
Poor Joanna and little Archie. And now Harlow has taken my darling Isco.
What do you mean? Why?
I'm a security guard at Gringotts, and my husband is a curse breaker for them. Harlow approached me about helping him extort my colleagues into giving him treasures from the vaults.
And you declined?
Of course I declined. Repeatedly. I thought they'd given up, until I came home one night and found my husband gone, and a note affixed to my door with a knife. The note stated that I only had a few days to reconsider helping with some banking needs, and that my husband would appreciate it if I acted quickly. But the help Harlow wants is help that I cannot give, and my dearest Isco is paying the price.
Why wouldn't Harlow extort your husband?
Isco's job is even more removed from the vaults than mine. He travels the world for the bank. He could do nothing for Harlow. I'm the one in the bank on a daily basis, which evidently makes me an enticing target for blackmail.
Have you helped Harlow since your husband was taken?
No, I'm worried sick about Isco, but he'd never want me to compromise my integrity. I also know that he's extremely clever. That said, I was hoping he would have escaped by now. It makes me concerned as to why he hasn't.
Are you sure the note means that your husband was kidnapped?
What else could it possibly mean? Besides, I came home to find that someone had trampled the daisies in our garden. It may sound silly, but those were Isco's pride and joy. He would never have let that happen.
Thank you, Mrs. Rabe. Knowing the lengths that Harlow will go to is helpful, albeit more than disturbing.
Mr. Bickle was trying to help us, but now he's gone. I don't know what to do.
I shall do all I can to get evidence against Harlow, Mrs. Rabe.
Very well. Here's the note I received. You must be careful as well. Please don't put yourself in danger.
Миссис Ботвинс, мы надеемся, что вы пересмотрите свои решения касательно материальной помощи. Вам дали достаточно времени, но наше терпение не безгранично. Ваш муж, наверняка хочет, чтобы вы поняли всю ценность нашего сотрудничества. Готовы ли вы ответить до конца недели? Этот разговор должен остаться между нами. Надеемся, вы понимаете.
Some evidence worth hanging on to.
Thank you. I hope it's not too late.
Now, to find Mr. Bickle's other two friends.
Так. Идем с остальными болтать.
Revelio. Otto Dibble works at Gladrags. I should check there.
Please tell me you didn't take it. But perhaps
Mr. Dibble, may I speak with you? It's about Theophilus Harlow.
I have nothing to say about him. May I interest you in a stunning cravat today?
Please, sir, I'd like to help. I spoke to Mrs. Bickle.
You know the Bickles? All right. But we must be discreet. Can't have Mr. Hill hearing this.
I know Mr. Hill. He was kind to me the day of the troll attack.
Oh, he's a good man. But even he wouldn't understand about Harlow. It started a few weeks ago. I was distracted, reading a note, when you-know-who came into the shop. I hid the note behind the counter and offered to help him. He stared at me for a moment, then asked me to check on an order he'd placed. I went into the storeroom to check on what turned out to be a non-existent order. When I returned, he was holding the note.
What was in the note?
It was a note from Rosie Hill, Mr. Hill's daughter. You see, we've been, well, secretly engaged these past 6 months. We haven't told Mr. Hill yet. I dare say he has higher hopes for her. Harlow advised me in no uncertain terms that my relationship with Rosie, not to mention my employment here, depended upon my cooperation.
What does he ask you to do?
It all happened so quickly. In an instant, he took a very expensive scarf from the counter, pocketed it, and smiled.
He said, your secret is safe as long as I can supply my lady friend with delightful items like this every so often. I've been able to cover for his requests until now with some creative bookkeeping, but I can't keep it up for much longer. I'm terrified to say anything. I could never live without Rosie.
Could you give me a bit more detail about the note? That might help me to identify it should I come across it.
It's on Rosie's special pink stationery. It has her monogram at the top, RH. That's how Mr. Hill would know it was real.
What have you been doing to keep the extortion a secret?
Well, as I mentioned, creative bookkeeping. And I've also been trying to cover the costs with my own savings, but I'm running out of money. Of course, none of this bodes well for my efforts to improve my circumstances and be worthy of Rosie.
I met Mr. Hill the day of the troll attack. He was kind to me. Why don't you just tell him?
He's a lovely man. But when it comes to Rosie, I fear he loses all perspective. He'd see this as a grave betrayal. I'd lose my job instantly, and Rosie as well.
Thank you for telling me. I'm gathering evidence to take Harlow down.
I would love nothing more than to see him rotting in Azkaban, but be careful. He's an awful man and incredibly dangerous. As for Rosie's letter, should you happen upon it, I have committed it to memory. You may destroy it immediately.
Understood.
Now hurry off before Mr. Hill returns. Where was I?
We're on the right track. Now to find the last of Mr. Bickle's friends.
Так, и с последним осталось.
Revelio.
Замок какой-то. Давайте уманем заодно.
Revelio.
Так, а наверху есть что-нибудь? Чё, ничего нету? Так, попробуем сократить. О, а кто это у нас тут?
Agabus Filbert must be around here somewhere.
Hello there.
Excuse me, Mr. Filbert. I wondered if I might speak with you about your dealings with Theophilus Harlow. I hope to ease Mrs. Bickle's mind by gathering evidence against him.
Oh, tragic what happened to Bickle. He wanted me to speak out against Harlow for an act of violence committed against me. But I feared Harlow's retaliation, and so I refused.
Отказался, вы поступали мудро, напрасно вы промолчали.
If you had spoken out against him as Mr. Bickle asked, perhaps Harlow would be locked away by now.
Perhaps. But perhaps I would have suffered a similar fate.
You said that Harlow committed an act of violence against you. Could you tell me what happened?
Before my extraordinary wife, Dulcibella, passed away, she had just completed a small book of poetry. As a surprise for her birthday, one she never had the chance to celebrate, I had the book beautifully bound and plated in gold. One day, Harlow came calling to punish me for having spoken out against the Neanderthals that comprise Rookwood's lot. Before I knew it, I'd been petrified, and Harlow was rifling through my home. He found the book of poetry with its exquisite gold plating. I watched helplessly, lying there in my entranceway as he walked away with the book, laughing as he went. I was shaken to my core. Still am, to be honest.
I imagine you fear Harlow retaliating again. But do you mind if I share this information with Officer Singer?
I suppose I have no choice. This extortion can't go on forever. You can pass it on to anyone who may be willing to help. Harlow does not like people talking, as you already know.
I've spoken with Mr. Bickle's friends. Now to find Natty.
Так, нати. Нати вам, нати.
It's not like Natty to be late. She said she was going to the Hog's Head. Perhaps I'll find her there.
А? А зачем я сюда бегал-то тогда, скажи? Я оттуда бежал, а то бегу обратно.
Natty must be around here somewhere.
Revelio.
Natty's wand. She can cast without it. She wanted me to find this. She's in trouble. Revelio will show me where she was taken.
Угу. Вот и следы.
Revelio.
Nosy little students get what's coming to them.
Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her.
Угу. Ну, гады. Ну, сейчас я с вами разделаюсь.
The footprints led to this room. There must be another way forward.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Да какой Левиоса?
Accio.
А чё не открылось?
Accio.
До конца вытянуть, типа, надо. Не обязательно найдите книгу стихов, не обязательно найдите любовное письмо. Не, я хочу все найти. Надо постараться все выполнить. Давайте инвиз. Аккуратненько.
Revelio. I'd better be sure I'm not seen.
Видите, он даже сам сказал, что лучше бы меня не видели. А кто тебе сказал, что она в одиночку? Гвиндолин. Ну, я думаю, смысла нету от инвиза здесь.
of inspiration. I'm not done with you.
Bombarda. Expelliarmus.
Expulso.
Need more of that.
Made a great mistake.
Так, замедлить это... Получается, вот это, наверное, мне надо использовать. Давайте. Блять. Уже бесполезно.
Was it up
Rebellion.
or lower Oxfield that we raided last week?
Так, уровень качнули. Манекены волшебников. Ты мил мне, словно в горе, чья песнь предвестница дождя. Я с каждым днем люблю сильней, пленил ты верностью меня. На своем сердце чары чую, Яков, прошу, я не снимаю, ведь в нашу встречу роковую я навсегда попал в рай. Дульчебела Филберт. Так, одно нашли. А вот любовное письмо, походу. Дорогой Отто, я перечитал твое последнее письмо, потому что оно розового цвета. Последнее письмо бесчисленное количество раз. Буду перечитывать вновь и вновь каждый час, пока мы не встретимся. Меня пугает мысль о том, что я еще не скоро тебя увижу. Но я верю в лучшее. Любовь моя, скорее бы настал тот день, когда мы расскажем о помолвке всем близким, особенно моему отцу. Я понимаю, что ты хочешь подождать, пока не встанешь на ноги. И я знаю, что ты изо всех сил стремишься к этому, но знай, что невозможность поделиться своими чувствами, которые переполняют меня и уносят на седьмое небо, и прям невыносимая пытка. Теперь я еще раз перечитаю твое письмо с любовью, Рози. Так. Ну, это хорошо, что мы все нашли. А чё это, они меня типа не видели? Как открыть? Ничего ни хрена не вижу. Темнище. Что-то он там разыкался.
We should speak to her again. Perhaps she'll tell us where we can find that friend of hers. Expulso! I quit now while you're...
Так. У меня же в силе.
Expulso! This is not going well for you. What are your faults, and Expelliarmus? Give it back! Crucial.
Bombarda.
Expelliarmus. What have you done?
Куда он дёру дал? А куда он, блядь, сбегает?
What are you, shy? Thought you could hide from me, did ya? Expulso! Quite conductive, aren't we?
Я не успел.
Expulso! Death from above!
Arrest the momentum.
Я же его замедлил.
Flash of inspiration!
Может, я не то использую?
Expulso!
Блять.
Might wanna look up.
Придется ждать, пока откатится.
Expulso! Ha! Stupendous!
Arrest the momentum.
Не то заклинание. Блять, я не знаю, какой тогда. Ладно, хрень с ним, короче. Надо с ним заканчивать.
Revelio.
He must be here somewhere.
Инвиз.
Revelio.
You found us. I knew you would realize I had left my wand for you. Speak to Mr. Ray. He will tell you what you need to do.
Over here. I need your help.
Aloha Mora.
Какое-то добро. Палочка. А, это его палочка.
Mr. Rabe, Daisy told me you'd been abducted.
She spoke with my wife. How is she?
Worried about you. Are you all right?
I am all right. Thank you for coming. These locks are cursed, and there's an anti-apparition jinx on the cells. Even Natty's skill with wandless magic cannot free us. I need you to find my wand.
Я уже
I
нашел.
found your wand.
Well done. I knew it was nearby. Now, you best stand back. One never knows how a curse will react to being broken.
Че, сейчас вышибет ее просто? Не открылся. Я бы сейчас просто бомбарда! Решетка бы улетел туда, он куда-нибудь.
Revelio.
Thank you, Mr. Isco.
My pleasure. And thank you, my friend. We owe our lives to your bravery. I may be too weak to disapparate with you both, but I can try.
You go ahead. Find Officer Singer. We will get out of here on our own.
Very well. But be careful. Thank you, my young friends.
Be prepared for a fight. These Ashwinders must pay.
К бою? Я же их всех вроде перебил. С кем драться-то? Никого уж нету.
Revelio.
А, ну только если, может, снаружи кто-нибудь будет.
Let's find Officer Singer and put an end to Harlow once and for all.
Natsai Onai. I should have known. And you, the troll
Гроза
dispatcher.
троллей.
Oh, thank goodness the two of you are safe. Isco Rabe told me a couple of students had rescued him. Should have known it was you two.
Is Mr. Rabe all right?
He is. I sent him home to his wife. Miss Onai, your mother will not be pleased to learn that you're still risking your safety pursuing these dangerous men.
Actually, Officer Singer, Natty and I learned of several Hogsmeade residents who've had their lives threatened by the Ashbinders. In addition to abducting Mr. Rabe, to blackmail his wife and Natty, Rookwood and Harlow have also extorted Agabus Filbert and Otto Dibble.
I will look into all of that. As for the two of you, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but you are taking great risk. Next time, please let the authorities handle the Ashwinders.
Yes, Officer. Do you have enough evidence to take down Harlow and the rest of Rookwood's lot?
Well, it's certainly a good start. We shall see. But you can leave this to me now. Natsai, you may wish to speak with your mother about this before I do.
My mother will not like this. Thank you again for rescuing me. We shall speak soon.
Опять мама будет ругаться. Так. Так, задание. Мне там какая-то почта пришла.
Revelio.
I can do this. I can do this. They will want to help.
Is this where we're meeting the Centaurs?
Well, they don't exactly know we're coming, so it's less of a meeting and more of a surprise, I suppose.
Они поймут.
Once we tell them about
Наверное.
this, they'll understand why we came and they'll want to help.
I hope you're right. Perhaps they'll be able to tell that we're sincere. There's something about them that's so knowing. It's almost unnerving.
I suppose they are known for having an air of omniscience.
That's exactly the right word. I just... never mind.
What is it?
It's nothing, truly. We've no secrets to hide.
That's right. We'll simply be honest with them about what we're trying to do. They'll have to help us, won't they?
Yes, of course. You're absolutely right. We'll meet with them, tell them about the Snidgets, and I'm sure to all be fine.
Uh-oh.
What do you think you're doing here, humans?
Please! We were hoping to speak with you.
Ah! I suppose you'd like a tale for your friends of the time you spoke to a centaur, and it spoke back.
No, never! We're here because we need your help.
Enough! You made a grave error in judgment in coming here, little witch.
Leave them be, Alec. We do not harm the young. It is not our way.
You forget your place, old fool. I'm the leader of this herd, and while you cling to our way, their kind continues to slaughter beasts like us without a care!
From what I can see, they have slaughtered no one. They will leave here unharmed.
Mark my words, Doran. If I ever see them again, it will be all 3 of your heads.
Foolish children. Do you know what happens to wizards who wander here? Now, follow me before
Golden Snidgets are still alive, and the poachers are after them. They know that the key to finding them lies in the moonlight, but they don't know what that means, yet. Please, help us find the Snidgets before the poachers do.
Could it be? In the south, there is a cave within which lies what the poachers seek. A moonstone. Retrieve it and place it in the henge in the forest. I, on the other hand, must go speak with the herd. Find me after you have done this.
I don't understand. So the moonlight mentioned in the journal doesn't refer to actual moonlight, but to a moonstone. What do moonstones have to do with Snidgets? And why was he so certain about where we could find one?
Isn't Moonstone all around us? Why retrieve one from a cave?
Knowing centaurs, I suspect he's referring to a specific moonstone. We'll likely know it when we see it.
I don't know, but I am inclined to believe him, what with his being a centaur and all.
I am too. It is a shame how quickly he left. What was his name? Doran.
That's what the leader of the herd called him.
Well, if Doran knows something we don't, I'd rather act now and ask questions later. I can head to the library and start looking into the cave he mentioned. I'll let you know what I find.
А, то есть не сейчас еще мы пойдем, а я думаю, сейчас прям пойдем. Астрономический стол. Так, ну это мы. А, у нас еще вот есть доп. Задание, офигеть. А на карте случайно не появились новые задания? А, наверное, на карте они не будут появляться, я так понимаю. Скорее всего, где я выполнил, все уже. То есть вот только тут, наверное, будут еще допы. О, давайте сначала вот сюда сходим. Потому что сыграть-то недолго, а вот там задание фиг знает, насколько оно растянется.
Hello. Are you here for Summoner's Court?
That I am. Don't expect to be as lucky here as you were in Crossed Wands. Speaking of which, care to play a match?
Of course, Charlotte.
Then may the best summoner win.
Эх, надо было сохраниться. Если я проиграю... А, если я проиграю, я, по-моему, могу еще раз сыграть. Ох, нифига себе тут.
Precisely as planned.
Полтос. Да как полтос? Ты чё? А у меня не полтос. 30-ка.
Nice technique. Accio.
Так, ну мне по-любому надо до полтинника, наверное, догнать.
Precisely as planned.
Стой! Да ты чё?
Such grace. Finesse. Accio.
Ну все, я проиграл. Даже если я только до последнего добью. Мне не хватит.
Precisely as planned.
Accio.
Да.
Such grace.
Можно переиграть, пожалуйста?
Didn't I say I adore competition? Hard luck. Care for another round?
Perhaps another time.
Another time then.
Я сейчас хотел.
Hello, Charlotte. Let's play someone as caught.
Glutton for punishment, eh? Shall we begin?
Of course, Charlotte.
Then may the best summoner win.
Короче, тут учит тянуть на эту сторону. Да как так? Она читерная. Читерша. Читерит. Падай, блядь.
Precisely as planned.
Accio.
Все, у ней 0 должно быть.
Stick me with a billywig. I'll never top that. Accio.
Стой, а почему ей не засчитали, потому что я сбил? Что-то я не понял. А почему ей 0 поставили?
Precisely as planned.
А почему ей 0, интересно, поставили?
Accio.
Сотка. Вот надо было сразу так начинать.
Accio. Precisely as planned.
Да не, можно и отсюда. Стой, стой.
Such grace. Finesse. Well, you are good. I'm not too proud to admit when I've lost. Where did you learn to play like that?
Тренируюсь.
I play by intuition, natural skill and all that.
That's been my strategy. I suppose it only gets you so far, though. Well, you've only one opponent
А, еще один
left
соперник
now.
остался.
I won't say more than that, but let's just say he's the best for a reason.
Revelio.
Так.
What are you up to now?
В астрономическом крыле.
Now what am I supposed to do?
Pardon me, is everything all right?
No, it's not. We only had 2 bells to go.
but she just had to go and spoil things.
I'm afraid I don't follow. Who spoiled things? Was it what bells?
Professor Black ordered Mr. Moon to take down the bells in the bell tower. Said they were giving him a headache. Those bells are a part of Hogwarts. I wasn't about to let that happen. So I asked my friend Adelaide to help me put them back. We've always been a duo of sorts, Adelaide and Evangeline. Addie and Evie. Anyway, it was going swimmingly until Black started asking questions. Then she wasn't comfortable with our rule breaking. Now I'm stuck, unable to tell which bell goes where.
Is it really that important that the bells go back up?
Is it really that important? They're part of the school's history. Those bells likely told a young Merlin that he was running late to Charms, or called Ignatia Wildsmith to dinner. We can't simply fiddle with history. We're meant to be its stewards.
It's certainly an odd decree, even for Black, taking down the bells for a headache.
I agree. I thought it might also have been that they interrupted his hourly naps. That's all he does in his office, you know. But then I heard... Can you keep a secret?
I can.
I heard from Alice, who heard from Ollie, who heard from Eugenia, that it's because the bells reminded him of his wedding day. Breaks out in a sweat every hour on the hour, but mum's the word.
If only 2 bells are left, isn't it fairly easy to tell which goes where?
Easy for you, perhaps. I happen to be tone deaf. Mother likes to say I couldn't carry a tune if it hopped on my back like a chocolate frog. No point putting them back in if they don't sound just as they did before, for the sake of historical accuracy.
Perhaps I could help put the bells back up.
Really? Oh, that would be wonderful. The bells are in the bell tower just above the music room. You're certainly of more help than Adelaide.
I imagine the bells are just inside in the bell tower.
Так, отправляйся в кабинет музыки. Не сюда. А, стоп.
Revelio.
Где-то подо мной сундук, да?
Revelio.
Ah, the bells must be upstairs.
Лягухи.
Found them. I'll have to get those up there somehow. Wingardium Leviosa, perhaps?
Угу. Стоп.
Revelio.
Сначала мы здесь все обыщем, потому что я здесь еще ни разу не был. Прикольное перемещение. Рождественское дерево. О.
Revelio.
Так, ну вроде все.
Revelio.
Где у... А, вон он.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
А как мне его туда засунуть?
One up, one to go.
О, все, отлично. Только тут еще правильно поставить надо их.
Revelio.
Где-то был еще один. А, вон он выше. Мне показалось, что он ниже где-то.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Well, that wasn't too hard. Evangeline should be pleased about this, even if Black isn't.
Ой, как на нервы действует. Ой, как на нервы действует.
Aloha Mora. Revelio.
Так, стоп. Чтоб не бежать.
Revelio. The bells are back up, Evangeline.
Oh, you're a credit to the school. I can't wait to hear them. I can't wait for the headmaster to hear them. I wish I could see his face. Future generations may not truly appreciate what you've done, but I do. And I hope that you do as well. You don't know how much this means for me and for Hogwarts.
Так. Ну, сюда я, наверное, пойду потом, да? Потому что... Это далековато, очень далековато. Нас должно быть по сюжету туда закинуть, мне кажется, по-любому. 20-й, 40-й, 20-й, 40-й враги. Здесь все высокоуровневые уже пошли. Так, идем на основное задание тогда сейчас. Зал картографии. Ага, переместился я к залу картографии, сейчас побегу еще километр обратно. Да куда ж ты меня ведешь? Куда мне идти-то? Типа показывают подо мной, да?
Revelio.
Я просто не помню, как в зал попасть. Ну? Надеюсь, ты в этот раз меня проведешь нормально.
My sister organized Quidditch.
Он его, походу, опять сейчас избивать будет. Не, меня опять ведут туда же, где я и был. Блять, как мне в зал картографии попасть? Я не помню просто.
Revelio.
The Pink Smedleys will always look upon you as a trusted ally and friend.
Она меня не может сопроводить почему-то. Чё за херня?
Handy resource indeed, your field guide. I'm most pleased to be included.
Revelio.
Это крипта. Здесь вот это надо, я забрал.
Revelio.
Я уже здесь был, я решал это. Вот хоть убей, я не помню, где зал картографии находится, как я туда заходил. Ой, я случайно.
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented flu powder.
Ну, он сейчас меня опять наружу поведет куда-нибудь. В то же место, стопудово.
Revelio.
Блять, как я так заблудился-то?
Duncan owes his reputation to you.
What if he sticks like this?
What? Don't be silly.
А сейчас 100% я выбегу опять туда же. Ну да, я же в прошлый раз здесь же пробегал.
Revelio.
I'd like to retire to Hogsmeade one day.
Но опять же здесь же бегу. Ой, FPS как падает. Верните FPS, блять. Потеря кадров пошла. Да бля, он сломался, что ли, нахрен этот навигатор? Бля, навигатор реально, походу, сломался.
Revelio.
Оно где-то здесь подо мной, но, блядь, как туда попасть, я в душе не чаю просто. Сейчас, секунду. Я вспомнил. Сука. Блядь, я вспомнил, что нахуй... Эх. Да нет, вы по-тупому сделаны, если честно.
Hello, Professor. I have news. The goblins are looking for something. Another repository. They've built drills to help with their search.
Most troubling.
Are these repositories like the broken container I found at Rookwood Castle?
They are. I fear we have no time to lose. Have a look at the map. Fortunately, the next trial is fairly nearby.
It's Hogwarts.
As you know, I was headmistress in my time. My portrait hangs in the headmaster's office. In fact, I witnessed Professor Black learn of your arrival. And I'll confess that I wondered about you.
Wait, is the next trial in the headmaster's office?
It is. I had hoped that when the time came, the occupant of that office would be of help to us. Unfortunately, this headmaster seems wildly unconcerned with anything but himself. You'll need to access the office while he's away.
I understand. Very well. I'll find some way to get in.
Good. I shall meet you in my portrait there. Until then.
Так, значит, новое испытание у нас. Там тоже кто-то появится.
Revelio.
Ну, я примерно догадываюсь, кто.
Access to the headmaster's office. Perhaps Professor Fig will know what to do.
Ну-ка, сейчас посмотрим, откуда я вылезу. Вот выход. Допустим, да? Я же откуда-то выйти должен. Где я сейчас бегу? Там, походу, страничка. Но я пока не буду ничего собирать. Ага. Все-таки сюда можно было забежать. Навигатор, значит, неправильно работает, получается. Ага, я здесь пробегал мимо них как раз. Так, давайте переместимся, побыстрее будет. Сейчас, наверное, да пройду вот это задание и все сегодня. Что я уже проголодался и подустал.
Professor Fig, the keepers have shown me where the next trial is.
Has something changed?
Lord Gok and I have learned that the goblins are searching for another repository, like the one we saw at Rookwood Castle. And I discovered that they're building massive drills to help in their search. Professor Fitzgerald seemed very concerned.
I see. Ranrock clearly knows even more than we suspected.
And sir, there's something else. Lord Gok knew Miriam.
He knew Miriam?
They encountered each other at Rookwood Castle. She was doing research. That's where she found the container with the portkey. He liked her so much that he let her leave with it, despite orders from Ranrock.
I don't know what to say. She could win over almost anyone. I want to hear more of this. And, in fact, I'd like to speak with Lodgok directly. But we've no time now. Where is the next trial?
Believe it or not, it's in the headmaster's office.
Incredible. Very well. You'll need the password to get past the stone gargoyle. The headmaster's house elf will know it.
I don't know the headmaster's house elf. Will he even speak to me? I imagine he's loyal to the headmaster.
He is. So you'll need a disguise. I have just the thing. A polyjuice potion. You'll look and sound like Professor
О,
Black.
нифига себе.
Wait, doesn't polyjuice potion require a bit of the person you want to change into? And take ages to brew?
It does.
So how do you already have polyjuice potion to change into Professor Black?
One never knows when such a thing may come in handy. Let's just say I felt the need to be prepared for anything after my fruitless trip to the ministry on his behalf. Now, time is of the essence. Drink up and I shall explain more. How do you feel?
Incredible. I won't forget that taste anytime soon. How do I sound?
Convincing. I've taken the liberty of transfiguring your robes. As we discussed, you'll need the password from Scrope, who could be anywhere in the castle. You might look for Professor Kagawa. She's taken to badgering the poor elf about Quidditch in the hopes that he can convince Black to change his mind. Thus far, unsuccessfully.
I see. But what if Professor Black sees me?
Leave him to me. I shall tell him where to meet a liaison from the ministry in Hogsmeade. That should give you plenty of time.
Thank you, Professor. I suppose we'll meet again in the map chamber.
It's rather strange to hear gratitude coming from Professor Black. I'll see you there.
Now to find the headmaster's house elf.
Знаете, чего не хватает? Того танца из этого, из Человека-паука с Тоби Магуайром, где он вышел там, танцевал, вышел по улице. Вот я сейчас так же должен идти. Под эту же музыку. Так, мы можем переместиться, наверное. Нет, не можем. Да, мы вообще не можем перемещаться. Мы должны пешочком бегать.
Do you have a moment, Professor? Professor, I was hoping to catch you.
Places to be, Professor Sharp. Places to be.
Of course, sir. Only, you'd asked me about a particular potion, and well,
I did? I did, yes. Well, spit it out, Sharp. I don't have all day.
Probably best not to discuss it here, sir.
А почему?
I assure you, Sharp, you may speak freely.
Very well. I've brewed the cure for boils you wanted. I can drop it by your office when it's convenient.
Of course, yes. No need for all the cloak and dagger. Simply have a student deliver it.
A student. Very well, sir.
Вот этот попадос.
I do. And thank you, Sharp. I just hope you've brewed enough for all my boils.
Now, to determine which student gets this rather unenviable task.
You call that a shine on those boots? Do better. Stand proud, purebloods. The future is yours.
А вы
The
мне,
headmaster approaching.
Гаррет Уизли.
Gareth. Mr. Weasley, what are you doing here? Don't you have somewhere to be?
Oh, Professor. Yes, of course. All sorts of places I'd rather be right now. Do
Weasley.
you need something from me?
I'm looking for my house elf. Surely you've seen him?
Ah, the little one-eared fellow. I saw him heading to the Great Hall moments ago, muttering on about your, sterling graces, sir.
I am watching you, Mr. Weasley. Mr. Redding, who owns Honeydukes, tells me some of his billywig stings recently went missing. Prime potion ingredient. And I know you fancy yourself a skilled potioneer.
What? But, sir, I haven't been anywhere near Honeydukes.
Bah! That's enough from you. Just know that I have eyes and ears everywhere. On your way, Mr. Weasley.
Отчитал просто. Я так могу со всеми, да, болтать?
Well, there's one for my diary.
Ага, колдовать я тоже не могу.
I haven't time for any of you at the moment. None. None at all. Move aside.
Прочь с дороги.
Professor Black, how are you, sir?
Mr. Gaunt, where do you think you're going?
I beg your pardon, sir. I'm simply on my way outside.
Taking the day off, eh? Typical student, wasting the hours away.
I have to write 20 inches on Dittany and its uses. Was heading to the greenhouse.
Ah, yes. Mixed with bubo tuber pus makes a fine mustache paste. Yes, mustache paste. I find.
Are you feeling all right, sir? You don't seem yourself.
I assure you I am quite healthy, Gaunt. If I need a medical diagnosis, I shall head to St. Mungo's.
Что он делает? Ходит с палочкой, что-то колдует.
Something is very wrong with Professor Black. Dittany and Pooba-Tuba pus. Starch paste.
Has anyone seen my ivory-handled hand mirror? Of course you haven't.
Professor, a word? Professor Black? Again, it is not
Разрешаю. Все, открываем сезон Квиддича.
We could still have trials and a somewhat shortened season. It would be better than none at all.
But the injury, Madam Kogawa.
Professor, more than one student has taken a bludger to the head on our pitch.
Некоторые только на пользу.
Sense into them. And they're fine now. The fact that it happened to be a pureblood, well, that's no reason to...
What nonsense! That you would trivialize the health of a student over a silly game.
A silly game? You are quite impossible sometimes. Sir, I've a good mind to write to the Department of Magical Games and Sports at the Ministry about you.
Отдел магических размышлений, написать отчет. Это неразумно. Вперед!
Good idea. I can even provide the parchment should you need it. Now, where is my elf?
Parchment? Very well, I will, and with pleasure. And I spotted Scrope in the Great Hall. Seems to be avoiding me.
I wonder why. Good day, Madam Kogawa.
What did we do to deserve him as a headmaster?
I wonder almost daily why I accepted this appointment from the ministry.
Выгляди как директор, будь как директор. Говори как директор.
It's the headmaster and he's coming this way.
Miss Broom, a word.
Miss Boom.
Professor, this is an interesting surprise.
Bloom.
It's Bloom, by the way.
Remind me of your area of affinity, Broom.
Boom.
OWLs are swift approaching.
Charms, sir. Non-verbal spells. Might work on one that makes me disappear.
Well, keep at it, Broom. And before you know it, you'll be as invisible as that new fifth year seems to be.
They're not invisible, sir. I've seen them near the library. In fact, they help me with my, heavy books.
Speaking of invisible, where's my blasted house elf?
Ой, их интересно, трогать можно?
Something seems a little off with the headmaster.
С дороги! Директор идет!
If you must speak with me, consult my secretaries or what have you. Now move along.
Professor, a word.
О, профессор Уизли.
Hello, Professor Black.
Ah, Professor Weasley. How delightful to see you.
Sir?
Это на заднем фоне долбит того.
I wonder if I might speak with you about Professor Fig.
Oh, very well.
I've decided to give him a bit more leeway with his time.
Leeway, Professor? Are you sure that's wise? I confess I do worry for his students. He's rarely here as it is.
Свобода действий, но профессор считает это разумным, честно говоря, и беспокоится за его учеников. К тому же он так редко бывает в школе, я по нему и не скучаю. Он занимается секретным заданием Министерства магии.
Ah, well, yes. He's handling some official ministry business for me.
I see. But, sir, if I may, I am wary of how much time the new fifth year seems to be spending away from the castle, supposedly on Professor Fig's behalf. I've heard unsettling rumors of their escapades. Everything from sneaking into the Forbidden Forest to confronting Ranrock's loyalists and Rookwood's lot.
What? Goodness. You cannot believe everything you hear, Professor. No, you cannot. I mean, I shall keep an eye on Fig. You simply keep doing the wonderful job that you're doing. Simply wonderful.
Thank you. But I'm happy to look into...
Good. That'll be all, Weasley. I mean, Professor Weasley. Good day.
Просто раздолбал его, пока мы здесь стояли, болтали.
Leeway for Professor Fig? I shall never understand that man.
Бум-бум-бум-бум-бум.
That ought to give Professor Fig some breathing room.
Wait until Master sees what a wonderful job Scrope...
Scrope!
Oh, greetings, Master.
Remind me of the password to my office.
Oh, but Master made Scrope swear never to tell anyone, even Master himself.
Я передумал.
And now I'm telling you that you can tell me.
Yes, sir. Of course, sir. Scrope begs forgiveness. It is the Black family motto, Master.
Right. Of course.
Master does remember it.
О нем говорится про чистоту крови, о нем говорится про 8-я семья, о нем говорится про силу.
It's pure bloods forever, isn't it?
Close, Master. Scrope thinks Master is indeed testing Scrope. It is always pure.
Obviously.
And, of course, as Master knows, in French.
Yes, of course. I order you to pronounce it for me.
Oh, but Master knows that Scrope's French is most pitiful. Oh, very well. Toujours pur.
Ha! Thank you. Never speak of this conversation with me or anyone else.
Of course, sir. Scrope shall try his best to keep out of Master's way.
А чё можно...
The polyjuice potion's wearing off. Ahem. Attention, students. I hereby decree that the Great Hall be forthwith decorated in the dignified banners of Hufflepuff. I shall be...
А если бы я был бы на Слизерине на факультете, он бы Слизерин, наверное, повесил, да? Там Гриффиндор или как-то вариант. О, он рыгает. Это, по-моему, зелье оборотное заканчивается, да?
Made it just in time. It's wearing off.
Fig was right. I can't believe it worked. Now to speak the password to the gargoyle.
Завершено. Ну да, все, хватит. Следующее задание мы пока брать не будем. Че у нас тут? Пуффиндуй, да? Пока задание не появляется. О, появилось. Пробраться в кабинет директора. А еще другие появились? Нет. Так, ладно, заходим, сохраняемся и все. Сохранить. Давайте на второй сохраним. Так, ладно, всем спасибо за просмотр. Не забывайте подписываться на Twitch, на YouTube. Ну, вы все знаете, конечно. Вступать в ВК-группу и Телеграм-канал. Всем пока-пока.